Welcome, folks. We are live with the Bearcats. Last game of the Stoney Creek tournament. The Bearcats will be in blue today. We're back in that terrible arena with the view up top. So plays right tight near to the boards won't be very visible, but we'll do the best we can. And looks like Scanlon's getting the start in net today. Coach sticking with the regular rotation of goaltenders. So both teams warming up. Got 10 seconds left in warm up, and then we're ready to go. Again, final game of the Stoney Creek Showcase Tournament. There's been several scouts and university team representatives popping in and out of the games all weekend. And there we go. We are ready to go for the opening puck drop. Again, we're very tight to the ice, folks, so it's a little bit tough to get everything in frame, but we'll do the best we can. And there we go. Opening puck drop. Coulter moves it up the far side for Vito. And Whitby gains possession of the puck. Coulter takes that puck away, moves it around the near side. Cochran moves it up the boards. They get that out of the zone. Wolves move it out the far side. McGinnis tries to move that puck up through the middle. She loses it. Wolves now to quick break. And Scanlon is going to hang on. Scanlon with a great glove save. Whitby wins that back, gets to the line, but not out. And that puck shot down the length of the ice. And that'll get blown down on the icing. Belleville again, a little bit of pressure, and they're getting the puck out, but they're putting it high off the glass and down the ice. Start looking for options to move that puck ahead. Face off won by the Bearcats. Play goes in behind the net. Cycles around. Walsh back with it. Plays that off the boards. No icing on the play as it hit the Wolves player on the way by. Wolves forced to regroup back in their own zone. Out they come. Cycles behind the net. Cochran moves that ahead to Ibbotson. There's a play on net. Battle down low. Spencer gets it over to Ibbotson. That play across in front of the net. And the referee lost sight of the puck with the battle in front and blows that play down. Great opportunity there. Oh, sorry, the net actually came off. So, great first chance there by your Bearcats. Puck comes back through the neutral zone. Whitby's going to pick it up. They're going to enter the Bearcat zone. That play goes across behind the net. Whitby now trying to play it out front. Coulter pins her players against the boards. There's a high, hard shot. That goes very wide. No, because I have to get on the side.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
That's okay. Whitby dumps that puck down into the zone. Belleville now goes D to D behind the net. They play it off the near side and out. Belleville now gains the zone. Two Whitby players battle for the puck. There's a play in front. Whitby now breaks it out the far side. They lose possession of the puck. Musklow goes back for it in the corner, trying to play it up the far side. Tarpey stands her player up in the corner. And again, referees, they're going to let that physicality go when it's part of the play and it's not a shoulder-on-shoulder hit. Musklow moves it up through center, gains the center line, and she'll dump it down into the zone, but it goes out of play. So that face-off's going to come back just outside the Bearcat zone. Play comes out the far side. Whitby cycles in the neutral zone. Battle for it on the near boards. Whitby now going to move it out the far side. They get it up to the wing. They just chip it off the boards. And Walsh is going to hammer that back in on them. Belleville gains the Whitby zone, but that's quickly turned over. Whitby now going to bring that back into the Belleville zone. D goes D to D. Coulter makes a quick pass up to Muslow coming through the middle. Muslow's going to bring that down in. Coulter moved up trying to keep that in. Collision in the high slot. Battle for it. And that shot on net, that goes off the side of the net into the corner. I think that's Coulter down in the corner. Hard to see in here, but I think she's got her player pinned up against the boards. Whitby now goes cross ice with it. They're going to enter the zone. Both teams making a change. Whitby now makes that pass out front. That's going to come all the way out of the zone. And Whitby dumps that back in. Battle for it in the corner. Sorry, folks, I can't get a shot down in that corner. There's a shot on net, and Scanlon makes the save. Rebound comes back out to the high slot. Whitby with that shot in the high slot. They're going to put it in. Battle down in the corner. Whitby gains possession. They bring it out the far side up to the winger. And Walsh does a good job of keeping that puck in play. That shot across from the sharp angle. Whitby goalie steers that to the side. Whitby with the cross ice pass. That's just out of reach, but they still gather it and bring it into the zone. That shot goes wide. Scanlon brings the paddle across, but that's blown down as the net comes off. Scanlon with the post drive. And that's going to push these nets off. They've got the smaller pegs here. And face off won by Belleville. Coulter takes it behind the net, moves it across for a D partner. Battle for it on the near side. Whitby puts it out in front in the high slot. Coulter's going to win that race for it. She gets checked hard on the boards. That shot on net, and Scanlon's going to hang on. Whitby able to keep that puck in play. Brings it around the near side. And Belleville gets that puck out. Not going to have enough for icing, so Whitby forced to regroup into their own zone. Back behind the net. There's some pressure from Uke. And almost creates a turnover. That puck still is going to come out of the zone. Delayed offside for Belleville. And they'll be blown down on the icing. Face-off coming back to the Belleville zone. 5:20 left to go in the first period. 1-0 for the Wolves. See if the Bearcats can't get a little bit of momentum going. That draw won by the Wolves. Long shot in on net. That goes wide. Net's off again. Referee having a chat up with Scanlon, but it's not up to Scanlon to make sure that net stays on. That puck shot down the length of the ice, right onto the Whitby goalie, so no icing. Whitby clears it off to the corner. There's some forechecking pressure by Belleville, but Whitby going to bring it out the other way. There's a net drive. That's stripped away by Watts Horrocks. She uses her size and body position to get a shoulder in front of that Whitby player and take the puck away. Foot comes across, able to take that puck away from Whitby, but they lose it at the line. Watts Horrocks, she plays it up the middle for Foot. Down in her feet. Foot trying to chip that puck ahead. Now Tarpey gets it up off the boards and out. That's going to get to Ibbotson. She gets a net drive. That goes just wide. Now the Whitby net's actually off as well. Whitby with the long shot in on net. Cochran takes it around behind the net. Spencer takes her player out. Battle for it on the near side. Norton gets it out. And Spencer's going to pick it up in the neutral zone. She's got an opportunity here. She cycles back looking for a teammate to catch up, but she's got 3 Whitby players on her. And now all of a sudden a fast break for Whitby. And that shot goes just over the net. And that net's off again. And Scanlon's going to hang on. .320 to go in the first period. Belleville did get on the ice immediately following the other game, so we will have intermission after the first period. Hopefully the referees can talk to the arena staff about these nets and get the pegs fixed up a little bit. There's a long lead pass for Whitby. Played in front. Coulter gets a stick on it, plays it in the corner, plays it up the boards, and that's going to get out. Whitby forced to regroup in the neutral zone. They dump that down the length of the ice. Looks like Coulter and Wisniewski are paired up today. So a little bit of shuffling going on in the lines. Coulter back for it. She's got a little bit of room. She plays it up. Plays that up the near side. Whitby, though, hammers that back into the zone. They're looking to step out of the corner. Scanlon with a glove save. Rebound. Scanlon makes another save. Wisniewski battling her player down low. Scanlon full pad spread across the net, able to make that save. Scanlon's got a pretty unique style, a little bit different than a lot of goalies that'll be set out in the butterfly. She lays the pads from post to post. So when those low shots are coming in, she's able to go post to post and cover that entire bottom layer of the net. Coulter plays it up the wing. Wisniewski into her corner. Musklo plays it around behind the net, but the Whitby player there to pick it off. So now there's a battle at the side of the net. Scanlon's going to grab it and hang on. So 1:32 to go in the first period. And we will be having an intermission and a flood after the first period. So make sure to tune back in for the second and third. Whitby with it back at the line. Watts shoots that down the length of the ice, but no icing as it hit the Whitby player on the way by. Tarpey on the initial attempt able to keep that in play, but the second one comes out of the zone. And Norton dumps that in on the Whitby goalie. She steers it off to the side. Tarpey able to seal off those boards and keep that puck in the zone. Tarpey in a battle. There's 3 Whitby players there. She needs a bit of support to come in. Whitby again, 2 on the puck, 1 supporting. Belleville's got 2 on the puck. They need 1 to come in and support. So if that comes out the back, there's a player there to pull that out. Tarpey back behind the net for McGinnis. McGinnis moves that up the far side. That was just out of the reach of Ibbotson. Forces the Whitby goalie to come out of her net and play the puck. They move it up the near side. Caution plays that over to Walsh. Whitby, though, with an opportunity, and the buzzer's going to go. And that'll do it for the first period. And again, both these teams are going to go to the dressing room for a brief 10-minute intermission. So we will see you back after the intermission, folks. Welcome back, folks. Both teams have taken the ice, and we're ready to go. Just waiting. We've got Whitby coaches just headed across the ice, and we'll get ready to go. It looks like we've got, starting this period, Guido, Musklo, and Uke up front, and Coulter and Wisniewski on defense. And here we go, folks. And Whitby wins that face-off. They pull it back to the point, move it up the far side. Wisniewski grabs it. She goes D2D to Coulter. Coulter with a quick touch up to Musklo. Nice passing play by Belleville. And Uke with it down in the corner. Puck pops up and out of play. And I forgot to reset our game clock, as this is a 12-minute period, folks. So let me get that reset. There's a quick shot on net, steered to the corner. Belleville seems to come out fire in this period. Battle for it on the near side. Whitby's going to grab that puck, and they're going to move it up the near side. They go cross ice with it. And that sharp angle shot goes off the side of the net. And there's going to be a tripping penalty against Belleville, as Uke, trying to reach in there for that puck, just gets the stick in the feet of the Whitby player. So face-off stays in the Belleville zone. Belleville tries to shoot that puck around. It hits the pad of the Whitby player. And now that shot from the point. Belleville trying to play it up the boards. Whitby seals those boards off, and they keep it in play. Now they get it off the boards, but again, Whitby defense keeping that puck in play. They go D2D across the line. Battle for it on the near side. They go far side looking for that player on the back door. Shot on net, the rebound, and Scanlon's going to hang on. And again, these nets coming off their moorings again. That puck's going to come outside the zone, and Whitby's going to get called on the offside. So face-off comes outside the Bearcat zone. So a little break here for Belleville. Whitby wins that face-off. They go D2D in the neutral zone and up the far boards. Spencer able to get a stick on that and keep that puck out of play. Whitby now, they just elect to dump it down into the zone. Coulter's giving chase. She's got two Whitby players coming up behind her. She plays it up the near side, and that gets out. Good play by Lombardi on the near side to chip that puck up and out of the zone. Whitby stops short. Wisniewski had pinned her player up against the boards. Belleville still killing off this penalty. Looking to set up that box formation and keep this puck out of the zone. Two Belleville players up against the boards. They're going to want to get back in that box and keep this puck to the outside. Pretty aggressive box formation by Belleville, and it pays off as they're able to dump that puck down the length of the ice. Whitby's goalie's out to play it. Belleville makes a wholesale change. Whitby tries to capitalize on it. And that shot on net, Scanlon makes the glove save, and she'll hang on with 1 second left to go in the penalty for Belleville. Play down low. That net again has come off. Faceoff's going to come outside. Referee said that, I guess, Whitby was the culprits for the net coming off that time. And that'll do it for the penalty. And right out of the penalty box is Uke. She's able to pick up that puck and try to bring it into the zone, but that puck will pop out of play. And this faceoff will be down in the Whitby zone, just to the right of the Whitby goaltender. There's a shot from McGinnis from the point. That goes wide. Whitby now going to bring that puck up and in the zone. They go cross ice just out of the reach. Cycling in behind the net. Now battle for it on the near side. Musklo's got her player wrapped up. Whitby dumps that down into the corner. McGinnis turns her back to the player, trying to get a body position advantage on that play. Musko is going to come in and grab the puck and shoot it around the near boards. Tarpey in a battle down in the corner. She's got 2 Whitby players on her. That puck comes out. McGinnis plays that off the boards and down the length of the ice, and that'll get blown down on the icing. So face-off coming back into the Bearcat zone on the icing. Walsh and Cochran out on defense. Spencer lines up for the face-off. Face-off won by Whitby. Back to the point. They put that long shot in. That's blocked in front. And now Spencer breaks that up the near side. She gets a shot on net. There's a rebound. Loose puck. And the referee, delayed coming into the zone, blows that down. Puck was loose. So great opportunity by Belleville. The puck was loose at the side of the net, but the referee lost sight of it. So Walsh now lines up for the faceoff. Belleville puts it around the far side for Norton. Norton gets a stick on it, and it just hops up in the air, but the Whitby defender able to pick it up. And Whitby on the back door. And that puck somehow stays out of the net as the Whitby player wide open on the back door of the net. And we've got 37 Cochran going to the penalty box for head contact. Trying to get our game clock caught up. Coulter with it behind the net, plays it around for her partner, Wisniewski on the far side. Wisniewski chips it off the boards. Whitby steps out of the corner, and Scanlon hangs on. Face off to the left of Scanlon. 5-on-4 power play for Whitby. They start to cycle this puck around. They move it across. There's a shot on net. That's going to go off the crossbar and out of play. There's a shot from a sharp angle. Rebound. Scanlon gets over there, makes a pad save again. And again, she does it in that splits formation versus the butterfly formation. And it is working for her. Whitby makes that puck on net. Scanlon with the blocker save. There's another shot on net, and Scanlon makes another save from a sharp angle shot on the left-hand side. So Scanlon doing everything she can to keep these Bearcats in this game. Let's see once this penalty expires if Belleville can get some momentum going. They get that puck out of the zone. Musklo putting the pressure on with the forecheck. And there's McGinnis. She dumps that down the length of the ice. It goes right on the Whitby goalie. And there's Musklo again. Going to apply that extra pressure. McGinnis catches that player as the puck was floating through the neutral zone. Play down on the near side, comes around the boards. Whitby, shot on net, that goes wide. Tarpey on the near side, gets it to the line, but not quite out. And now Whitby, they're coming in the short side. Scanlon puts that off into the corner. Belleville with a great box formation this power play, or penalty kill, sorry. And they're keeping Whitby to the outside of that box, not letting Whitby get in there for an opportunity. And that'll do it for the power play, or the penalty kill. And Uke goes down and forces the Whitby goalie to freeze that puck. 5:05 left to go in the second period. It's a 1-0 hockey game. Belleville's very much in this game. And a face-off opportunity deep in the Whitby zone. Puck played around the near boards. Whitby goes D to D behind the net. They play it off the boards. Cochran pinched down to get that, but it was a rolling puck as she went to shoot it. Whitby dumps that back down low. They try to cycle behind the Belleville net. Puck pops out. And we have a delayed penalty. Well, we have a penalty against Belleville. So that'll be Cochran going back to the box again for 2 minutes for the cross check as she came across the middle and knocked down the Whitby player. So Whitby back on the power play. Long shot in from the point. Scanlon makes a great save. There's another shot in from the point. Scanlon's going to grab that one as well. So the Belleville penalty kill seems to be working as they keep these Whitby players to the outside. Those long shots in. Scanlon able to see them from that long distance and make a quick, easy save. That's off the pad. There's a break by Footy. Footy's getting tugged at from behind. No call on the play. And Whitby just shoots that down the length of the ice. This should be icing as they are on the power play. So icing's always in favor of the penalty kill team. So thanks again, everybody, tuning in. If, again, I didn't see any comments yesterday, but if anybody wants to comment on the video of where you're tuning in from and what your relationship is to the team, I'm sure the girls would love to hear it. Whitby with a quick break up the left side. That play is broken up with a great back check by McGinnis and Tarpey. That shot's blocked by McGinnis, and she dumps it down the length of the ice. Lombardi's going to put the forechecking pressure on. Reading the play. McGinnis down in the corner. She strips that puck away. Now Musclo, she's digging at it. Gets it up to Tarpey. Tarpey just hammers that down the length of the ice. Whitby player able to pick it up and bring it back into the zone. Whitby able to dig it out of that little scrum. Move it back to the point. There's a slap shot from the point. And Scanlon's going to hang on as we've got 9 seconds left to go in the player advantage for Whitby. Whitby puts that in behind the net. Wisniewski, she fell as she was coming across for that puck. Whitby now makes the play on net. Scanlon's going to hang on, and that'll do it for the penalty kill as we resume to 5-on-5 hockey. Battle on the near side for it. Whitby's going to step out into the high slot. Some great forechecking or some great pressure by Belleville, and they're able to get that out of the zone. Ibbotson, she's knocked up against the boards, but they keep play going. Spencer with it in the high slot. Ibbotson with it on the near side. Coulter with the long shot on net. That rebound. Coulter goes back for it. McGinnis sets up in the high wing slot. Coulter with a bit of room. She moves it up for Weedo. Weedo chips that around the Whitby defender down into the zone. There's a shot on net. Whitby goalie steers that aside. There's a long shot from the point. That hits the Whitby player, bounces back out. Whitby now takes over. They bring it up through the neutral zone. Cross ice pass. They drop it back. There's a slap shot. And Scanlon's going to hang on. Scanlon reads that play. Saw the drop pass and the slap shot coming, and one extra player on the ice for Belleville. And Whitby wins that back to the point, unable to get a shot off as Belleville, they're getting those active sticks going. They seem to have a little more confidence in this game, putting a little more pressure on. We've got 8 seconds left to go in the second period. Scanlon hangs on to force the faceoff once again. And that'll do it for the second period. These teams will line right back up for the third period. Still a 1-0 hockey game. Belleville very much in this game and starting to find a little bit more momentum. And we're back ready to go for the third period, folks. And here we go. Face off. Comes back into the Bearcat zone. Coulter plays it up the far side for Lombardi. Now Wisniewski down in the corner with it. Footy grabs it. Footy tries to play that up. She had three Whitby players on her. Now they spread out. So Footy plays that to the near side. Wisniewski jumps right up into the play, but that'll be called on the offside. Play on the far side. Belleville gets it down into the Whitby zone. There's a play in front. Watts Horrocks takes her player out in front of the net. Puck came right between her. There's Coulter with it. She makes that pass up for Lombardi. And then their defense go make a change. Whitby takes over. They bring it out of the zone. Whitby elects to slide that down in behind the Belleville net. Tarpey with it. She brings it up the far side. She's got a little bit of room. Runs out of room. She gets it up to Watts. There's a nice squeeze out play by Spencer. And she separates the Whitby player from the puck. Looking to see more of that out of these Bearcats as the season progresses. They can use the body to separate the player from the puck. They just got to get a shoulder in front of that player and then gently squeeze them out to the boards. Puck dumped down the ice, sharp angle shot. Whitby goalie puts a blocker on it and steers that out, and Whitby's now going to take over and come back the other way. Some good back checking there by Belleville. Puck comes up the far side for Ibbotson. She chips it off the board. She was at the end of her shift and makes a change. Back now for Cochran. Cochran tries to play it up the near side. Whitby brings that in offside, and that'll get blown down. Back to Coulter. Coulter plays that up through the middle. That's knocked down with a high stick. Good call by the linesman. Blow that down. And that'll bring the face-off just outside the Whitby zone. Musgrove dumps that down the length of the ice. Whitby trying the long lead pass, hits their own player in the back, but they do finally get it to the far side. Scanlon's going to grab that puck and hang on with 12:02 left to go in the third period. Tarpey moves that puck around the boards. It takes a nice little hop for them and comes out to the neutral zone. Footy plays that puck up the near side. Whitby with that long lead pass again. Tarpey steps up on her player, able to get that puck ahead to Lombardi. Lombardi out of gas. She was headed to the bench anyways. So she flips it out to the neutral zone and then start making some changes. Tarpey back behind the net. She plays it up the near side for Watts. Whitby goes to take that shot. Tarpey gets an active stick on it, knocks it into the corner. And McGinnis just hounding that Whitby player, causes a turnover. Footy with it down in the corner. Tarpey giving support. That puck comes out to her. She plays it off the boards. Gets to the D, but not out. Robertson dumps that down the length of the ice. No icing. So great opportunity if the Belleville can get the forecheck going. Cochran brings it across the middle. She chips it up on the far side. Whitby defender grabs it. That Whitby defender is going to bring it all the way in. Walsh lost an edge trying to make that crossover step. Scanlon makes a beautiful save, scrambling to get to the other side, and then closes the pads on that loose puck to lock it back down. Long shot in by Whitby. Walsh gets in front of it, knocks that down. That pass across. Nobody there to get a stick on it. Belleville able to chip it up to the blue line, but not out. That puck was off the side of the net. Scanlon's got that RVH locked right in on the near post. Battle for it in the corner. Spencer. She squeezes her player out. Perfect play by Spencer to squeeze that player and create separation from the puck. Whitby gains the line again. Couple of nifty moves, but the Belleville defenders are definitely clogging up the middle of the ice this game, much more than they did previous games. Walsh back behind the net for it. She's able to shake off the first check, and the second Whitby player coming in for support strips that puck away. Whitby definitely going one on the puck, one for support. So if needed, they've always got two on the puck. Now they spread out, start to cycle around the zone. Whitby drops it off for the defender. Here's a shot from a sharp angle. Scanlon sees that again, and she hangs on with the glove. There's a sharp angle shot, and that's going to go in. I think Scanlon had a little bit of a screen and couldn't see where that was coming from on that one. And that makes it a 2-0 game with 8:23 to go in the third period. I don't think anything Scanlon could do on that shot is there was so much traffic in front of the net that I think she just lost it in the legs coming through. Face off, won by Belleville. Coulter plays it up the far side. That gets to Foot. Foot dumps that down in. Wisniewski with the long shot. That's blocked by Whitby. And they'll take over and bring it down in. And they bring that out front, and they will score again, bringing that out the short side. Play down in the near side. Tarpey spins off, plays that up the near side for Norton. Norton's now going to carry it up. She elects to dump that into the Whitby zone, and they got to give chase. Tarpey tried to step up on that Whitby player, but nifty little outside-inside move. Tarpey now moves her player off the puck. That frees it up for her partner. Spencer goes behind the net, wraps it around the boards, and that's going to come out. Quick little cross-ice pass, and Whitby now gains the zone once again. Loose puck out front of the net. McGinnis makes a dive for it. She gets it cleared out of the zone. Whitby forced to regroup in the neutral zone. Play right at the line. Belleville gets that out. There's a sharp play out front. Scanlon gets a pad on it, steers it to the side. Back to the point for Whitby. Whitby moves it down low. They put it back behind the net. Whitby steps out in front. Tries that sharp angle shot. McGinnis blocks that, and she's going to chip it up the near side. Whitby steps out from behind the net. Scanlon reads that play and steers that puck aside. Whitby moves that back to the point. They walk the line, take that long shot in. That goes just wide of the net. And Belleville now is going to clear that down the length of the ice. Made contact on the way through, so no icing. Puck back for Walsh. She hammers that straight in on the Whitby goalie. Whitby now gains his own, steps across. Scanlon reaches up with the glove and pulls that down. There's a scramble at the net. Scanlon had her glove on it, lifts her glove off to keep the play going. And there's some flying bodies everywhere, and now the referee's going to blow that down. Scanlon makes the initial save, puts her glove on it. And I don't know if she thought maybe she didn't have it, lifted her glove up, and Whitby then makes another stab at it. Puck played behind the net. Whitby steps out with it. They look to the high slot. There's a shot. Watts takes her player out. Walsh with a great block on that move by the Whitby player causes a turnover, and now Lombardi brings it back up the other way. There's a sharp angle shot. The rebound comes out front, but that's blocked, and now Whitby's got a fast break the other way. 2-on-1. Coulter back. Watts with a great back check, able to help break up that play. And now the Whitby defender falls, but she gets a stick on it and plays that puck ahead. Back for Coulter. Coulter with a little bit of room. She mishandles the puck. Watts takes it and plays it up. Coulter pins her player up against the boards. Great pin by Coulter. Coulter now with the puck up the near side. She plays it ahead for Ibbotson. And that just goes out of the zone. Ibbotson with a sharp angle shot. That goes just wide. Belleville dumps that down into the Whitby zone. Forechecking pressure by Musclo. That comes back for Tarpey. Tarpey plays that down the length of the ice. No icing as it hit the Whitby player on the way by. McGinnis at the line. She tries to take that shot. It hits the Whitby player. Bounces to the far side for Musclo. Musclo down low. Plays it back for Tarpey at the point. Tarpey tries to take the shot. That hits the Whitby player. Whitby player injured on that play from the shot from Tarpey. McGinnis now takes over. She tries to cross ice pass. That hits the Whitby player. Tarpey just goes straight at the Whitby player and separates her from the puck. She plays it around the boards. That's going to get out of the zone. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third period. Quick goal from Belleville will give them, I think, a little extra jump here. Watts with some good forechecking pressure. She goes down in low, strips that puck away. She's waiting for teammates to get back in and join the zone. Walsh takes it back into the neutral zone. She puts it off the boards and down the ice. Whitby plays that down the length of the ice. No icing, is it? I think it just skipped over Walsh's stick on the way by. Played around the far boards for Lombardi. Quick shot in front. That's blocked by Cochran. Cochran loses her stick down in the corner. Footy tries to play that puck ahead. Now she just slaps it down the length of the ice. Ibbotson was ready to go. But the faceoff coming back down to the Bearcat zone. Battle down low. Spencer pins her player against the boards. Great play by Spencer. Wisniewski comes in and picks up that loose puck. Wisniewski with a head of steam. She's going to gain the line. She plays it back for Coulter. Coulter steps in, gets a shot on net. Loose puck in front. That play comes back for Spencer. Spencer plays it up the near side. Norton plays that puck up the near side. Whitby dumps that puck down into the zone. McGinnis back for it. Plays it up for Coulter, and that'll do it for the third period. Well, much better game by your Bearcats today. Good energy. And we will see you back now as the regular season gets started.